as you are. Welcome to this gentle morning chair yoga practice. This is a great way to wake up your body. You could do this practice any time of the day. We just need to move a little bit and shift your energy. But it's a nice one to do in the morning first thing, just to get a great start to your day. It's really important as you do this practice that you listen to your body. So your body knows best, not me. So please listen, respect your body. If you come up against some limitations, respect those. Just know that today that's not happening and that's okay. Please don't work into pain, but do explore gently into the idea of stretch sensation within your body. But take really good care and be kind to yourself. For this practice, you'll need to have a chair to sit in. Ideally, some sort of like dining room type chair is great. You want one without arms, ideally. And that it's a kind of harder surface. So rather than sitting in a comfy armchair or your sofa, if you can come to a slightly harder chair, that'd be great. The other prop that'll be helpful for the practice is a blanket. So you'll see I have my feet on a folded blanket right now. If you're on a carpeted floor, you may want to have an additional prop, which we're going to do a little bit of hip work later, and that would be like a bin bag, right? That'll sound crazy right now, but trust me. So if you're working on a carpeted floor, grab yourself a bin bag for the practice. And if you're on a wooden floor, a blanket is ideal. So we're going to be able to slide a little bit on that surface. But for now, the blanket is great to place underneath your feet. So to begin, let's just take a moment and find a little bit about how to sit. So we want to sit so the spine is tall, but that we're not slumping back into our chair. So you're going to walk back a little bit with your hips. Take a little hip shift back and take a little hip shift forward. Just take a little walk. You can hold on to the sides of the seat. And just shifting back and forward, walking one hip and the other. This is a great hip mobilizer too. You're just walking back and then come to a place where you feel settled. You might be at the very back of the chair, you might not. And then roughly having the knees about hip width apart. Now you might feel comfortable if your knees a little bit wider. Great, go for it. Otherwise, just settling with the knees about hips width apart. And roughly having the heels in a line underneath the knees. So you're not tucking your feet back behind you. That's a wee bit of a strain on your knees. So just have the heels in a line underneath of the knees. And your feet are parallel, as best they can be. So check you're not turning your feet out when your knees are facing forward, because that creates a twist and torque in your knee. So just taking care about how you're placing the feet. We're stacking up the bones and feel that your shoulders are in a line over your hips. Rest your hands in your legs, but allow the elbows to ease back a little bit so you feel nice and wide in your collarbones. From here, close your eyes if you're comfortable to do so. And if not, just a soft gaze point on the floor, so slightly lowering your gaze without lowering your chin. Otherwise, closing the eyes. Let's close the lips. Let's take a few moments to simply tune in. Notice how you're feeling. Let's get in touch with yourself. So feel your feet against the blanket or the ground. Feel the back of your legs, sit bones on your chair. Feel the hands resting on your legs. And even noticing soft contact point between the upper and the lower lips and the upper and lower eyelids. And now take a few moments to simply tune into any sensations. So any sensations in the physical body that you notice at this time. Where do you feel that sensation? What's the quality of the sensation? So just starting out by getting to know how you are at the start point, so that also you can then respect your body as you're practicing, and just staying aware of any sensations as they arise as we practice together, so that you can stay safe and being very respectful to your own body. And now begin to notice the natural breath. So with the lips closed, the breath is already finding its own way in and out the nostrils. You don't need to try and make that happen. So just notice the flow of the breath in the nostrils. And begin to notice where you feel the sensation of the breaths. So just getting to know the quality of your breathing. Does it feel a little bit stuck anywhere? Is it flowing nice and freely? Does it feel quiet? Or is it a little bit noisy? Feel it mostly high in your chest or a little bit further down towards your lower ribs or belly. Just become acquainted with your breath. We're going to take 3 deeper breaths together. So you're going to breathe in through the nostrils, fill up your lungs as fully as you can. And let go with a big sigh out the mouth. This is a great way to wake up and release tension. So big inhale, waking up. Let it go out the mouth. Maybe you feel a little bit of tension drop out the shoulders when you do that and feel relaxed. So one more like that. Big inhale. And let it go. Good. We're going to begin unwinding tension from your neck. So if you did just wake up or it's early in your morning, there's every chance your neck is a little bit stiff or tight. So again, just be respectful, respect the limitations. So start with very gentle movements. Slowly, no. So turning the chin left, coming back through the center, turning the chin right. Just explore this a couple more times and notice where you get stuck. And where you get stuck, that's where you stay. A little smile at it and say, that's okay, that's where it is right now. So no pushing or forcing, just turning the head. Good. And we'll come back to center. Now slowly, the movement, yes, with the head. So we're going to lift the chin up without pulling your head too far back. And then let the chin come down and toward your throat. And keeping the shoulders back and the collarbones nice and broad. You can bring in the breath here, breathing in to lift your chin and breathing out to lower your chin. Keep your spine tall. Feel your feet on the ground. Okay, and we'll come back to center. Now we'll do some small circles here. Start with the tip of the nose and sense you draw clockwise circles with the tip of your nose. Just notice how your neck feels, and then maybe those circles get a little bit bigger. Just by responding kindly and patiently towards the feedback from your body. And we'll change direction. Just take it nice and slow. You can exhale as you flow down the circle. And inhale as you flow up. And don't worry if you're not getting the breath and movement together. It takes a little bit of practice. So just practicing, giving it a go. And then we'll come back into the center, rest your head here. Good. Let's work into the shoulders now. So let your arms dangle. Just let them get nice and loose. And you're going to roll the shoulders forward and then pull them up towards your ears. And then a big roll back of your shoulders. Squeeze them in the spine and draw them down. So just making the biggest circle you can and start to smooth it out. Exhale as you roll your shoulders back and get a little squeeze, releasing the tension. And then inhale as you lift your shoulders up. So just explore, notice how your shoulders feel. In an area we carry a lot of tension, that's okay. And dissolving it a little bit here. Let's roll forward now, so just change direction. Keep the spine nice and tall, so your spine and head are nice and tall upright. Rolling in the opposite direction. Good. And relax there. So we'll do a little breath and movement practice together now, which is a really great way to balance out the left and right brain. So a little brain gym work for us. Let's release the arms down by the sides. And then as you breathe in, reach your right arm forward just to the height of your shoulders, straight out in front. And as you breathe out, lower the arm and slowly turn your chin to the left, just as far as it'll go, and feel that right shoulder drop. As you breathe in and bring the left arm slowly forward, turn the chin to the center. And then as you breathe out, lower the arm and turn the chin to the right. Okay, repeating. Now inhale, right arm goes forward, head to center. And as you exhale and the right arm comes down, turn the chin to the left. Inhale, left arm coming up, head to center. And then exhale, arm comes down and turn the chin to the right. One more each side on your own. Okay, when you finish that, come back to center. Rest the hands and legs with your palms up this time. Shoulders are back, elbows bent. Just feel nice and open in your chest. So feet are firm in the ground. Nice tall feeling in your spine. Good, so we're going to take a little bit of a flow now, get you into moving the body a little bit more. So you might want to shift slightly forward in your seat here. You don't have to, but it's nice just to practice a little bit of strength at your core. So just slightly engaging the lower belly muscles, sitting nice and tall with your knees over your heels. Bring your right arm straight out in front of you. And we're going to sweep that right arm across the body towards the left and look at your thumb. Then bend your right elbow and sweep that arm over to the right across you. And keep taking the arm out to the right with the elbow bent, twisting to your right. And at your furthest point, extend your right arm back behind you, left hand on your knee. And then bring your left elbow onto your near thigh, lean to your left, and reach your right arm up and over for a little side stretch. If that feels too intense, put your right hand on your hip here. And then slowly come back up and release to the center. We'll try it on the other side. So just go nice and slow. Left arm forward, look at your thumb. And we take the left arm across towards the right. Look at the thumb. And then bend the left elbow, sweep the left arm to the left, keep the elbow bent, right hand on your knee. So you're turning your chest to the left and take that arm and look behind you, straightening the arm as you can. And then elbow onto right thigh, and if it's available, take the left arm up and reach over as you lean to your right, so stretching your left side. Keep your left sit bone firm onto the ground, or onto your seat, sorry. And then release the arm and slowly come back to center. So let's keep this going now. So right arm forward, look at the thumb. Take the right arm over to the left, then bend the elbow and sweep it out to the right and twist. Left elbow in your thigh, lean to your left and take a nice stretch for your right side. Release and come back to the center. Left arm goes out, sweep across to the right. Bend the elbow, sweep to the left, turn your chest, look behind you. Right elbow, right thigh. Lean to the right, lift the left arm up or left hand on your hip, remember, stretch your left side. Slowly release. Let's just do that one more time. So right arm coming out, sweep across to the left, bend the elbow, sweep all the way to the right and turn. Left elbow, left thigh, and then lean to the left, stretching your right side. Slowly release. Last one, left arm going out. Sweep across to the right. Bend the elbow, sweep all the way to the left and reach behind. Right elbow, right thigh. Lift your left arm up, reach over. And then as you breathe out, slowly release. And just come back to rest in the center for a moment. Let the eyes fall closed or soft gaze to the floor. And breathe. Center your attention on your breath. Good, so now we'll move into a flowing twist, and this will help to weaken up a little bit of inner strength around the deep core abdominal muscles. And these muscles are important to help us develop greater pelvic health, but also they help support our posture, our structure, and give support to the lower back. So there'll be two options with the arms here. You want to sit forward a little bit in your seat here so you get more movement. First one will be just putting the hands like a prayer position and bringing them to your chest. We're all going to start with that. And then after a few, if you feel a wee bit more open in your shoulders, you want to try something a little more challenging. You're going to bring the arms into this shape like a cactus shape, or goalpost arms, like a rugby goalpost. So you will have the elbows, arms out to the sides, bend at your elbows, point your fingers up and your palms forward. So when you twist, then the elbows will stay back and you twist from your belly. But let's start with the hands in prayer. Sit tall in your spine, really important to be tall as you twist. So breathe in, get taller, As you breathe out, a little squeeze of the navel towards the spine, and feel the navel is twisting right as you begin to turn the rib cage and the chest to the right. You'll not move very far. We're working the deep inner core here. And then slowly release to center. Breathe in the center and exhale to twist to the left. Just turning gently. Good. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist right. Good. Inhale, center. You feel your tummy working. Exhale, left. Now you can continue here with the hands at prayer. And if we're doing reps and you start to feel tired, give yourself a little rest anytime as well as we keep going. For those of you who want a little more challenge and feel ready for that, try those cactus shaped arms. The elbows are back if you can. Breathe in, get tall. As you breathe out, navel squeezes and twists right. As you rotate to the right, keep your elbows back as best you can. Good. So you get a little bit of shoulder work there too. Inhale to the center. And exhale, twist to the left. You keep nice and tall in your waist, so you're not collapsing the spine. If that feels a little too much, come back to prayer hands. Let's do one more each way, your choice. Hands of prayer or those cactus goalpost arms. Just get a nice little bit of heat building up. This is also great for your digestion, so good to do before breakfast or before lunch. Good, and then we'll come back to center and rest. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Now we're going to go into a longer health twist. So left hand on your left knee, right arm straight out in front. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, begin to twist to the right. Follow the right hand. And the right hand might just come onto the side of your seat. Or you could even take the right hand behind you on the pad of the seat. So see what works for you. Lift and turn your chest to the right. And experiment with what feels best. So left hand on your left knee or left hand on your right knee. But don't let the knees fall into each other. Keep them apart. So mostly turning from the chest. Take a breath or two here. And twists are great for digestion. Great for speeding up our natural detoxification. And also great for helping our lateral mobility and twist mobility in the spine. So one more breath here. As you exhale, slowly release. Pause at the center. And just notice how you feel coming out of that twist. Now the other side, so left arm in front. Take a breath in and get nice and tall in your spine. Keep that height as you exhale and turn to the left. And just notice where you feel, okay, that's enough. And you might have your left hand then just under the side of the seat. Or the left hand might even go behind your bum somewhere onto the seat itself. The shoulder is back. So what works best for you? Let the chest turn gently to the left. Keep the shoulders nice and low. And you can stay holding on to the right knee. Or notice if it feels good to hold on to the left knee. That sometimes gives a little deeper twist, but it might not be for you. So breathe. And each time you breathe out, can you feel this little squeeze at the navel? So the navel moves back and it twists a little bit to the left. So don't worry if you don't get that. Just be curious. Good, breathing in, and then as you breathe out, slowly release. Come back to your center and pause. Take a breath or two, let your body settle. Good. Now we're going to do some dynamic forward folding here. So I want to give some options if you're not moving so dynamically. So you really want to take care of your back. And it's very important when you fold that you hip hinge. So when you go into a forward fold here, you need to hinge here from your hips. No part of your back should be rounded. So if you're going forward with your back round, you want to stay really tall. And don't go so far forward. So you might just go an inch, but keep the spine really tall. So sense where your hip points are, and that's where you hinge from. That's really important. And particularly if you have osteopenia or osteoporosis, you definitely don't want any rounding in your spine here as you're going forward. So be very mindful to keep your spine straight and tall. Now we're going to bring the knees a little bit wider here than hip width apart, so you'll have room for your body to fold forward comfortably. And that'll be different for everybody, so just pick what's right for you. Plant your feet firm. And options here also to work with the arms. So a more gentle version will be to have your hands in your legs and breathe in, open your chest. And then as you breathe out, just leaning forward with the chest, hinging from the hips. And then inhale, push the legs and come back up. So this is more supportive. If your back isn't strong, you just want to stay a little more gentle and work with that. You're still getting the benefit. If you're a little bit more strong in the back and want to wake up the energy a little bit more, breathe in and take your arms up in the air, tall spine. Contract your navel as you breathe out and hinge from the hips going forward and sweep the arms back, a little squeeze your shoulder blades. So you're streamlining yourself. Let's try it. Inhale, come up, press the feet, lift tall. Exhale, hinge forward, sweep the arms back. Keep the neck long. Just a couple more. So whether you're here, dynamic, or just pressing the thighs, inhale up and exhale, hinging forward. Just one more. Good. And then we'll slowly come back to the center and pause for our breath. Spine nice and tall. Good. And we'll come back into the center now. Just adjusting. And we'll work a little bit more in the lower body now. So we'll spend a lot of time in the upper body. So we'll start down with the feet. So extend your right leg. So you're on your right heel. You can stay there, or for a little bit of extra leg strength, raise the right heel off the ground. Point and flex your foot. Just pointing and flexing. And then circle your foot around. Good. Circle your foot in the opposite direction. And then a little scrunch and squeeze and stretch of your toes. Good. And relax. Let's do the other side. So left heel on the ground or left heel raised. Point and flex. Very important to boost our ankle mobility. Helpful for our balance and stability. Good. And then circle your foot. So circling your foot around. Circling the opposite direction. Good. And then come to center, squeeze toes, stretch them. Just a little squeeze and stretch a few times there. Good. And then come back down. So this is where you'll need your blanket or your bin bag, okay? So we're going to shift forward in the seat and coming right to the front edge. And we're actually going to tuck the left leg a wee bit back. So you're going to tuck the left foot back behind you a little bit. And then extend your right leg and just sweep out to the right. And then sweep across towards the left. So mobilizing your hip. Hold on to your chair. You can hold the sides or the back. And you might not go as far as me, and that's fine. So remember, tall spine. And just slowly moving. So like a semicircle here. Just drawing across. Good. And then we'll come back to center. Bring that knee in. And then we'll switch sides. So tuck the right foot back a little bit. Extend your left leg. You've got your bin bag or blanket underneath your foot. Sweep one way and sweep the other way. Just be respectful of the limitations in your body. If you've had hip replacements, you can just check the mobility here. Don't have to go far. A little bit of movement is fine. Better than none. Just keeping your mobility with this movement. Good. Come back to center and release. Now, come back to put the right foot on your bin bag or your blanket. Tuck the left foot behind. And this time we're going to draw circles. So you'll bend the knee. You circle. So circle from your hip. It's a good way to clean your floor while you're at it. And then circle the other way. Very good. Oh, and then we come back to center. You feel that? Switch sides now. So bringing the left foot onto your blanket or bin bag. Put the right foot behind you gently. And then draw big circles here with your left foot and left knee and thigh. So circling around. And then circling in the opposite direction. Good. And then gently come back to center. Well done. So I'm going to scooch back in your seat now. Walk those hips back. And settle with the knees above the line of the heels. Knees can be about hip width or a little wider if you need it. And nice tall spine. Just take a breath here. Slowly in and out. And we'll just finish with a little bit of work with the hands and then we're all done. So to begin, just gently circling the hands and wrists here. Elbows can rest by your waist. Just slowly circle the hands. And circle the other way, just nice and loose. Good. And then interlace your fingers and thumbs and begin to draw kind of like little figure eights on their side. So just gently looping, take your time and loop the other way. Good. And then keep the fingers interlaced and gently push down through the palms. Straighten the arms and draw the shoulders back. Take a breath or two here. Good. And then release, just a little shake off of the hands. Come back to rest the hands on the legs. Sit tall. And then take just a little time here. Gratitude for your body, for taking time to move and practice. Be thankful for all your body could do. Just give it a little time now to rest and restore. Relax the muscles of your legs, relax the buttocks. Relax the back of the hands and the legs. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Allow your breath to feel slow and calm and steady. Just gently in and out. Relaxing your body, relaxing your breath. Allow the mind to follow. Doesn't mean you'll have no thoughts, but rather just to relax the effort of thinking. So if a thought pops into your mind, feel that it just drifts away because you don't give it any attention or energy. Just relax here for a little bit longer. And then when you're ready, we'll just fold the hands together in front of the heart, or you can keep your hands in your legs. And take a quiet moment here, just to ponder what you're grateful for in your life at the moment. Who and what are you grateful for? And also extend gratitude to yourself and to making this time to move mindfully and take care of yourself. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you've enjoyed this and I hope you'll have a great day.